Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to your June June 2024 reading. So, I meditated on your energy and what Spirit wanted to talk to you about. The first card is the Fool in reverse. So, I think this is not new. Dealing with trusting you, having faith, and to whatever endeavor that you want to embark in. Okay? Because when the Fool is in reverse, he hasn't really released everything in his baluchon, in his luggage. So his willpower is not so light. His fire, his energy is not so light. It's not quite the zero. Still has imprint of vibrations of past cycles in him. And so it's not a here I will trust because I've completed my last cycles and I trust myself. It's not just trusting the universe, it's trusting ourselves also. We are the universe is us. It's the same thing. But when it's like that, we're like hoping that we're enough and that the universe won't betray us. It's not the same. But this month here we have the Six of Wands, and that's really good because that's when, wow, I am aligned, I am channeling that energy. The universe, people around me are channeling this energy because I actually, here's the laureate, I finished and understood the past cycle. And then we have the Nine of Cups. I'm sitting in my higher self here. He's got the white robe and he's got the rich merchant hat, medieval hat of the Six of Pentacles. He knows that things are balanced. His emotions are processed, all receptive over his head, ready to be shared. And there he is, content. So that's pretty good. Under the Fool, we have the Two of Pentacles. So that's why you have a hard time jumping, because you're kind of juggling between two concepts of reality. And your emotions are kind of up and down and up and down. They're not, these boats cannot, there's in such crazy waves that they cannot come to shore like that. So you cannot receive the dues of your past investments and things like that, or what the universe would like to bring you. It makes your emotions like sometimes all excited and other times in super doubt and down. So the Fool, it's kind of, the Fool would be juggling because he's not sure. He's sometimes 2 steps forwards, 3 steps back. I'm sure one day, insecure the next day. So, and this is because there's a lot of uncertainty. And when there's a lot of uncertainty into what you're supposed to jump, the shadow parts are coming in front of the light. So when we're unsure, it's all the unresolved parts of us will have as much a say as our conscious self. Our unconscious and our conscious have both the same impact on our reality, and they are not invoking the same thing. So you're coming in the month like this. So that means that this is going to be resolved this month. Under the Six of Wands, I have the Ten of Pentacles, and I have the Page of Sword. We get a clarity here. We get a clarity about our empire, about what we've been until now, about our worth or value, about what we want to transmit, and about what maybe a period we know is over. But we get a clarity. We also get a clarity about what was the lesson here. We get this information. So maybe that's why you end up emotionally here knowing exactly what is your wish fulfilled, or what is the thing that would fulfill you emotionally. And then we have the Two of Cups in reverse with the Ace of Cups in reverse. And under that, I have the Four of Pentacles. Oh, then we close up. We're afraid. It's like there's a realization. Hey, I don't have anything to prove to anybody. And then, I'm not sure. I'm not sure that if it would be like that, this is like, hey, that thing, that inspiration, that creativity, that ace, I am welcoming it, and it is going to be shared by my inner world to the outer world. How people will mirror it to me. When it's like this, it's suspended because I'm afraid. I'm still a bit afraid at the end of the month. I don't want to take a risk. I don't want to, because just in case that cup isn't there, just in case, I know it's going to make me emotionally fulfilled and all of that, but what if it's not solid? What if it's a dream pipe or whatever? But whatever is the thing, you're afraid of taking the risk here with the Four of Pentacles. So it's like you're opening your energy towards it, but when it comes to bringing it concretely or grounding it, this is when, okay, let's, it's a bit like, okay, before starting my business, I'm going to wait till I have $10,000 in my bank account. And then once you get your 10,000, well, maybe it will be safer if I have 15,000. And then it ends up never being enough, because fear is a state of being. Yes, there's, a part where, yes, I have to accumulate to make sure it's okay, not let myself be drained all over the world, or, spread myself too thin. But it's temporary. At one point, I have to find my real solidity. Okay. Let's clarify this for you, Scorpio. I call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon the Holy Spirit. Help me clarify this reading for Scorpios for the month of June 2024. With the Fool, I have the Six of Wands. So yeah, here, why are you afraid? Acknowledge yourself. Acknowledge yourself. Show me the Two of Pentacles. What makes you juggle? It's unconscious here. It's almost like here you would have had all of the, here's that Four of Pentacles. Here you would have all of the, yes, Scorpio, we acknowledge you. The energy is all on your way. Let's go. You got that promotion and all of that, or whatever it is. But somewhere unconsciously, you're still closed, afraid. Let's look at that Two of Pentacles in reverse. What is making you unconsciously juggle here? It's like, yeah, that maybe you were juggling consciously before, but it's not gone. It's still there. So that means there's the unconscious part left. You're going to find out about it. You're going to know exactly what it is. Do you want to talk about it, Spirit? Okay. Oh, you're afraid that there won't be a cup. You're afraid, like if it's because a cup of water, yes, it's creativity. It's when it's not there, it's like, what if it's not, what if I don't get the inspiration, the intuition, the creativity to bring it? What if nobody wants it? What if, I need that extra self-love here? This came on the side because you're juggling between doing it, investing yourself, starting to do it concretely and not just dream about it and align yourself with it, but actually doing it, and at the same time being lost in all of the projections of what it can do and what it can be, what it can become. That thing that you need to have faith in and jump in. It could be just the next step in your life. Okay, it doesn't have to be something concrete per se, but it's how you're going to invest yourself, let's say, in the next 10 years. So 7 of Cups, this is when we still have the old pains hidden somewhere in our water, and it creates projections. So anything is possible. So it could be a great recognition and success, and then it could be, oh my God, snake in the ground, failure, castle in Spain, hobo on the street. It can be anything. And that's the 7 of Cups. We're stuck in it. It's Venus in Scorpio. Venus, that would be the that kind of generative energy of love, of just bringing what we love. And when you do what you love, it will attract anyway people that love it. But for that, we need to allow ourselves to bring it forward, in that knowing that it is worthy enough, and it is going to be becoming something that will be received. Here we're afraid it will not be received. Let's look at that moon. What's that pain? Okay, whatever it is, it's going to come to the surface. It probably already started to come to the surface. As you're trying to build it, as you're trying to create it and see the shape it's going to take and what it is going to be actually, as it come up to the surface, you have 2 things coming up to the surface. In this one, it's the lobster, okay? It's that Cancer, it's that memories, it's that emotional security, it's the past of your ancestors and their patterns and their memories and whatnot that need to go on that path to be transcended, to be so that they can let die what doesn't need, it's not needed anymore in your cycle, in your karma and whatever. And this one is provoked on top of it by a trumpet of a super high frequency that's going to make stick out like sore thumbs all the parts of you that are afraid to put yourself out there and to really engage yourself, not halfway, but really engage yourself and not be bothered by the projections that can be paralyzing. So, 6 of Wands again. And this is going to kind of come clear. Oh, that's what I'm afraid of. 6 of Wands. So you come in the month with that beautiful assurance, recognition, like, yeah, Scorpio. Here's my Fool again in reverse. Here's the, yeah, This is my dream fulfilled. This is what I want to do. But there's something I need to understand. Ace of Sword in reverse. Or there's an information that I'm not getting here that I'm going to get at one point. But here at the beginning, or maybe I don't know what's my wish really, or what would bring me emotional fulfillment, or what I really want to create. But I need that in order to, that assurance of victory within myself, that clarity of my mind, of my focus, so that the waters can just align with it. Let's see the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. So we have our fear of maybe it being, this is kind of a potential that never becomes. Okay. Here is the King of Swords, and here is the Seven of Swords. Self-sabotage. Thinking that it's bigger than us, that we don't have what it takes to confront that challenge. So you're going to understand what is making you so safe. So that means there might be a risk to be taken here. Page of Swords. Yeah, so we have the Knight of Wands and we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So the Knight of Wands in reverse, he starts and he stops and undo what he did. He starts and he stops. It's almost like if, I don't know, you want to start a baking enterprise and you bake your first cake and you think it's amazing. Everybody tells you it's amazing, Scorpio, your cake is amazing. But then, do I rent like a commercial space, street? Do I invest? Maybe my cake is not that enough. Maybe it's not enough. Maybe nobody will want it. Maybe I need to make a cake that's going to cure cancer for it to be worthy of me completely investing myself. And then you step back and you step forward and you step back. That's why you're conflicted about it. The energy is, even though it's, you have the past is understood, it's all that, but to actually here the Pope was stuck in the middle. The Pope in reverse. The Pope would have the sovereignty to say, yes, I'm going to choose that this is going to be a success. And this is the spiritual understanding that I am grounding here from above to below. This is what I'm bringing. I'm using my keys to choose which door I open here. And I'm opening the door of this is what I want to create and invest and bring to the world. And it is going to be received and give me even more emotional satisfaction, insight, creativity, and whatnot. So let's look at that Nine of Cups for you, Scorpio. Because it's important for your water, since you're a water sign, your water has to be strong and supportive for you. But here it's saying, well, there's a bit of schnut in it that needs to be processed here, Scorpio. Nine of Cups for Scorpio. Ooh. Okay. And it is going to be timing, good timing to process that so that your masculine will have no problem committing and investing himself completely in this and not just jump in and out. It is the divine timing to make this concrete, okay? And not just a potential floating in the air that is not reachable right now because you have way too much expectation riding on this. Look at it from another angle. It's not about bringing forward something that holds so much in it. It's about just having pleasure in the process. So you can drop these wands and go about it in a much lighter way. Because with the 10 of Wands, there's so much expectations, responsibilities, things that you put on your shoulders. You don't have space to put another wand. You know, when I was joking about the cake being a cure for cancer before you open your shop, these are expectations we put on ourselves or that we sense from others. And sometimes it's even worse when we have a lot of recognition for who we are. We put even more pressure. But the Hangman there is like, okay, now I'm suspending everything until you look at that from a different angle, Scorpio. And then you're going to get it. Knight of Sword. And here, sorry about this. Okay. About this, you're going to get what it is. Here, your Emperor is going to be upright. You're going to get how the sun, and that's expressing our solar plexus emanating in the joy like a child that comes and dances in the middle of the living room, all happy to show what he can do. That's the Sun card. That's expressing ourselves with joy and happiness. 5th house. This is doing this in a mature, balanced, wise way. And this is understanding how maybe out of pressure we put on our shoulders, we weren't able to just enjoy looking at our aspiration and having fun going towards it. That is the source of your fear. It's too much unconscious weight on your shoulders that drain just the pleasure of sharing your cake, the pleasure of sharing what you want to bring to this world. So that is a food for thought for you this month. And I think this is what you're going to process. Being confronted with that, man, you know, I acknowledge myself, I recognize myself. What is making me procrastinate? What is making me so fearful of just doing it? And I'm going to call this just do it. Because this is going to be the questioning within yourself. Why am I still juggling? What am I afraid of? Let it come up to the surface so you can see it. And then you can see, oh my God, it's just a perception based on old wounds I had. Just do it, Scorpio. On this, my beautiful Scorpios, I am sending you all my love and light for the month of June. May you come to terms with this and get it clearly within you. Don't be afraid. Just do it. So, if you want a private reading, the description is below. Website, very user-friendly. Thank you for the ones of you who gave donations. It helps more than you think. And on the new moon, 6th of June, Gemini, and full moon, Capricorn, that's gonna really show you what the fear behind investing yourself completely around the 23. That's when you're gonna get it. There, full moon in Capricorn. So on this, all my love and light, and I'll see you next month.